Hi, I'm Mary. Thank you for joining us today while we stretch and get a little stronger. So our everyday activities are just a little easier to do, and they'll get easier and easier, and you'll feel stronger and you'll feel better, enough to conquer the world. Before you begin this or any other exercise program, you'll want to check with your doctor, and he'll tell you exercises you should or you shouldn't do. Also, you'll want to wear loose, comfortable clothing like Carol and I are, so you're not restricted in any way. We're not going to be standing up, so good supportive footwear isn't important, but you do always want, when you're walking around the house or going anywhere, you want to make sure you have good supportive footwear. Also, because Carol and I are going to be working in chairs, you'll want to make sure you're in a sturdy chair that doesn't have rollers or wheels or rockers on it. And you'll notice that Carol and I are sitting at the very edges of our chair so that our bellies and backs have to work to keep us in good posture. But if your back hurts when you're at the front of the chair, you may want to put some pillows behind you to ease the back tenderness. But we do want that belly and back to work, keeping us upright. We do not want to slump. Also, you'll want to have water that you drink before, during, and after our time together. Water is really important, and many times we don't feel thirsty, but we're dehydrated. So if you look at the color of your urine, you'll find out if your urine is dark, like a dark apple juice, then you're dehydrated. But if it's nice and light, like nice light lemonade, then you're pretty doggone good. So drink a lot of water. Or you can eat like watermelon. I like watermelon. Okay, so you'll want to make sure you drink your water. Also, you want to make sure that you go at your own pace. If Carol and I are going too quickly for you, you slow down. And if you have any pain or lightheadedness, you go right ahead and stop. You can join us later. If, however, Carol and I are going too slowly for you, and you want to pick up the pace, you go right ahead, but make sure you're doing it safely. Also, you want to make sure that you do your best, your very, very best. So if you've reached here and up, maybe you could reach a little more, but always listen to your body. Pay attention to your body, because that will tell you what you should and shouldn't do. And pain says stop. So we don't want to bounce. We don't want to push any move. We want to move nice and slowly. And of course, you'll want to eat well. If you eat well, you have good fuel for your engine to go. And of course, if you smile, heck, that makes everything in the world a little better. Before we begin our time together, let's meet Carol.
Hi, I'm Carol, and I'm here to help you get strong and help myself get strong. So let's do it together, and it'll be fun, I guarantee.
That sounds great. Now, Carol, I'm wondering if you have any hobbies or things you like to do?
Oh, I was a dancer, and I still love to dance.
She was a professional dancer.
And I also love to go to the movies when there's good movies. Musicals are my favorite. I'm an avid, my day is not complete without doing a little exercise, but I also go to aerobics classes that somebody named Mary Root teaches. And we have a great time, and we don't even know how great we're doing because we're so busy having fun.
Well, I'll have to tell you this. Because Carol was a professional dancer, sometimes when I'm teaching, I lose my count. So I always have to look at Carol and find out which foot I'm supposed to be on and if I'm close to number 8 or not. So I have to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we're going to work together today, getting stronger and a little more flexible. What we are going to do is do something called raise a racket. So if you have a tennis racket at home, or if you have a paddle ball or a pickleball racket, you can use that. Heck, even a ping pong paddle will work. But if you don't, that's okay, because all you need is a ruler or a stick. You could even get an umbrella, just something that's straight and firm. And then you take a paper plate and you just tape it onto it, so you can have your own little racket. Now, if this were me and I was making my own, I would put a smiley face on it. So you could decorate your racket. So you can make your very own racket with either a ruler or something very straight, about 12 inches long, and then put a paper plate on it. And if you don't have any Scotch tape, if you say to yourself, well, I really want to do this, but I just ran out of Scotch tape, and I really want to do that exercise program, it's okay. You just, with a corner of your ruler or some scissors, you make a little hole there, and then a little hole at the other end. Yeah. And then you put the ruler in here
and out there.
And the ruler out there, so you don't even need tape at all, okay?
And excuse me, but after you've exercised, that's a great fan.
That is true.
That is good.
We should actually have these with paper plates. I
That's
think
right.
we're going to do
I
that
like the
next
paper
time.
plates.
All right. So we actually have rackets. So we're going to use our rackets. But if you say to yourself, you know, I have that ruler, or even I have a racket, but my hands are it's really hard for me to grip, because that happens sometimes. So if it's really hard to grip, you can take your racket and you can put a glove on, because sometimes having a better grip plus a glove is a really good gripper. So you could have a glove, or you could say to yourself, it's just really hard for me to get around this little skinny racket. So just take a cloth and you can go like that. A lot of people like to dampen their cloths first. So those are your rackets. I really like the idea of making this a fan. Okay, so before we begin with our racket, let's start with our lower body, because that's the biggest muscle group. We're going to lean back a little bit and bring our hands up, and we're leading to doing a good work with those legs. You'll notice as Carol and I lean back, we drop our chins so our chins are parallel to the floor. We're dropping our ribs, and yet somehow the chest is remaining lifted. We release the low back, so we're not arching back. And now as we lean back, we're going to slide a leg forward. So we're going to slide a leg forward and come up. So now we're working like so many muscle groups. We're working the front of our shoulders. Our thumbs are up and our fingers are spread wide. We're also working our stomachs, because we have to get back up from leaning back. As we stretch the leg out, we're working the thigh. We're working the muscle of the thigh, and of course we're extending the muscle behind the leg as we bring our leg forward. Good job.
Wow, this is great.
Yeah, we got the whole shebang going on here.
I feel like I'm doing everything at once.
You are doing everything at once. And you're saying to yourself, well, this is good, but this is just forward and backward. So lucky ducky you, we're going to lean forward and then back. We're going to bring the hands up. And as we come forward, we're going to bring our arms wide. So we're nice and tall. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hands out and in. And you'll notice this. If your hands are palms up and your thumbs lead back, as you extend your arms out and back, you're going to be rolling your shoulder blades together in towards the spine. That is so good for your upper back. So good for your upper back. And we want those strong muscles in our upper back, so our posture is super duper deluxe divine. Now, you say to yourself, well, that was really cool, but what about reaching overhead? I reach overhead all the time, and sometimes that's hard. So here we go. We're leaning back. We're going to drop our hands back a little, and as we come up, we're going to scoop up. So we're going to scoop up, come back and extend the leg. Scoop up. Come back and extend the leg. There you go. Always pay attention to your back. You can put some pillows behind your back. I feel this on the front of my shoulders.
I feel it all over my arm.
Okay, great. And if you say to yourself, thumbs out bothers me, you can try thumbs up. And that's easier on the shoulders. Can you feel that? You can also try palms down, scooping up, and down, and up, and relax. Wow, that was a lot of work. So we're going to get those shoulders and give them a nice little break. We're going to breathe in, pull our shoulders up, breathe out, and we're going to go ah as we relax them. Breathe in and go ah. Breathe in and shrug your shoulders right up to your ears. Ah. One more time, please. Breathe in. Now we're going to pull our shoulders up, and then we're going to pull our shoulders back, and then we're going to slide our shoulder blades right down into our back pockets. And you'll notice as our shoulders go back and down, our chest lifts, and it lifts our ribs right off of our belly, which is great.
This feels good.
Doesn't that feel good? Okay, so let's try that again. Pull the shoulders up, pull the shoulders back, and slide them down. Let's do it again. Shoulders up and back and down. Wowee, I love this one. Also, what you can do if you're just sitting there, or if you're standing in line at the grocery store or at the bank, and you're standing in line and your shoulders kind of hurt and your upper back hurts, all you have to do is roll your thumbs out. And that feels good right away because you roll your shoulder blades together, you lift the chest up, and somehow it pulls the corners of your mouth up. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm sure it does. And then relax. So we got our shoulders and our upper body warmed up. Let's do a little rotation so we look like the letter W. Here's our letter W right here. And we're going to just turn to one side and then the other. Now we're going to start to think about what we're doing. We're going to pull the left elbow back and then pull the right elbow back. So we're really getting a little bit of a stretch.
That's a good stretch.
And now we're going to take the opposite hand and push it across the body. So we're pulling one elbow back and pushing, and then we go into rotation and push. It's almost like we're pushing through water. Golly, this feels good. Draw the elbow back and push. Now we're having so much fun. Let's try to follow the fingertips up and back. Here we go. Up and back and push. And we draw the elbow back and we open up the chest and we feel so terrific. It's really hard to explain how good we feel, isn't it?
Sure. I love the stretch.
It's a great stretch. And it's also good if we fall over a boat, we can backstroke all the way back to land. And last time, you're done. Shake it out, shake it out. So that really worked the upper body, our shoulders or our upper back. The other thing that we want to do, of course, is work our legs, which we did by sliding our legs forward and back. So we got the whole shebang. And now we're ready to grab our rackets.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this.
You have?
Yeah. Looks
Okay,
like fun.
here we go. We have one hand on the handle and one hand on the other end. We're sitting nice and tall, and we're just going to bring it side to side. There you go. So all this is doing right now is keeping our hands equal distance apart. Then we're going to take the racket and bring it up towards the shoulder and down towards the hip. This is a chopping motion. Also, it's called the seat belt exercise because we reach up and grab the seat belt when we're a passenger and put it down. I had my niece with me one time, and when I dropped her off, I went to put my seat belt on, and there was an animal cracker stuffed in my seat belt lock. There we go. And two more. It's a sweeping motion. Pay attention to your shoulders and back. And now come all the way down and flip it over. So now we're going down here.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
I
okay.
lost it.
Down here. That's okay. You have so many other good qualities. Up and to the side. So now we're going in the opposite direction. We start small, just going from the hip to the shoulder, and then we ask more of ourselves the more comfortable we get. Make this yours, but this is a great exercise to do if you're driving a car. So now you're going to reach up and grab that seat belt and draw it across your body and down into the seat belt lock.
Okay.
And hopefully there's no crackers in it. And reach. This is such a good stretch. This is a chop. It's almost like we are George Washington and we're chopping down the cherry tree. Like, why would he do that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I just as soon keep it and get the cherries and have some nice cherry pie. Now let's go into a figure eight. Down, lift the end up and down. So a figure eight is really a circle. It's kind of a figure eight. It's a circle on the side, one side and then the other. Although that was good, Carol. Going in opposite directions. There you go.
That's what I do.
4, 3, 2, and done.
One.
I can really feel that on my shoulders. How about you?
Yes.
Okay.
And my neck a little, too.
Your neck a
up here.
little, okay. So we do feel it when we work our shoulders because of that big muscle group that goes from our shoulders to our neck, and then from our neck to our shoulders to the thoracic vertebrae. Those muscles in our neck will tighten up if we're working the muscles beneath our shoulders. So let's get our neck a good stretch. Thank you for bringing that up, Carol. We sit nice and tall. We breathe in, and as we breathe out, we look straight ahead, but we bring one ear to the shoulder and one ear to the sky. So we feel a nice stretch right here. And then we come right back to center. Breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out and go to the other side. Your shoulders are back and down. You feel great. And then come up to center. This time we're going to breathe in, sit tall. And as we breathe out, we're going to turn the head and look over our shoulder. We'll breathe in, come center, please. And as you breathe out, you're going to look over the other shoulder. And then we're going to slowly come back to center, breathe in and sit tall. Now, we're going to turn and look over the shoulder, drop the chin to the shoulder, the collarbone, and then down to our chest, so we're looking at our belly button. Then we lift the head up and smile and turn our head over to the other shoulder. Drop the chin to the shoulder, roll it across our collarbone and down, and lift it up. Excellent. Okay, we've got a good grip. We're going to be working with both hands, so whether you're left-handed or right-handed, we're going to get a good stretch. So, hand on the thigh. This is your base of support. So when we lean forward, that's not hard, but getting up, we don't want the back to do all the work, so we're going to have our hand on our thigh. So we're going to have a chopping motion. So we're going to chop down, lift up, bend the elbow and pull the elbow high. Sweep forward and down. Stretch up to the sky. Bend the elbow. Try to touch your back with the racket. There you go. Up and forward. Up and bend. That's it. Stretch. Reach forward. Stretch to the sky. Bend the elbow. Touch behind you. Stretch up to the sky and sweep. Last time. Bend and relax. Good work. Now we're going to make a great big circle with this hand. So we're going to circle, circle, circle. Now we're going to make it small and quick. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reverse. 2, 3, and 4. Make it bigger and slower. There you go. Now we're going to reach out, extending the hand out to the side and bend the elbow. Out to the side and bend the elbow. I want to thank you, Carol, for not whacking me.
Well, I'm trying not to.
Out to the side and bend. Now, we're going to bring it down and out and up and over. This is a lot of work on one side of the body. Remember, you don't want to squeeze your handle too hard because you're focused, because that could elevate your blood pressure. So your grip is very loose. Now we're going to do a figure 8 standing up or a snowman. So we go up and circle, down and around, out and up. Oh, there's our circle. Bottom of the snowman, top of the snowman, bottom of the snowman, and you are done. Wow, I could really feel that.
Snowman?
Sure.
We've had enough snow here. We want some flowers and sun.
Okay.
It's been a long winter.
Okay.
In Connecticut.
Pull the fingers back. Feel that nice stretch because they've been wrapped around the racket.
Yeah, that's
The reason Carol loves flowers is she has one of the most beautiful gardens in the whole universe.
Yeah, well, my husband's the one who really deserves credit, but Mary gives us seeds every year, and we plant them, and they grow this high.
Oh, you must have cosmos.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Good job. Okay, let's grab the other racket. Hand on the thigh. There's your base of support. We're going to chop.
Okay.
So we reach down, we reach up, and bend the elbow. Try to touch behind you. Just do your best. Stretch up to the sky. Lean forward. Stretch up to the sky, elbow high, touch behind you. Stretch up to the sky, lean forward. Just do your best. If your shoulder doesn't work that way, just do whatever your shoulder can do. There you go.
I have one side that's very flexible and another side that's just not.
And it's
It's weird.
No, it's not weird. It's how we are. Yeah, we're one side dominant. Elbow high, reach behind you, stretch up to the sky, chop down, and lift. Bend the elbow behind you, stretch up and chop down one more time. Take your time. Pay attention to your shoulder. How does it feel? How does it feel? Try to hold that elbow close to the ear, and then all the way down. Now a nice little easy circle. What were you going to do? Take a break?
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that our arms are straight. If it bothers your shoulder, bend your elbow. Good. 4, 3, 2, quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, reverse. Whoop! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, big, big. There you go, a nice big circle. Good job. Now, we're going to bend the elbow and bring it to our chest, and then stretch out. Bring it to your chest because your elbow is high and in line with your chest and shoulder. Okay. Exhale, good. There you go. Then that's good talking about breathing. Breathing out, whoosh.
Yep.
Whoosh.
It helps.
Breathing helps a lot.
Yeah. It's so nice.
I love it. There you go. It's out and in. Good. And now relax. That was a lot of work for your poor shoulder. But we're going to work the hand. So now we're going to switch it to the other side. Okay. And you're just going to turn it over. It's kind of like, remember when they had campfires and they had these two like grill things and you'd put your hot dogs in them and then you'd slide the little metal thing on the handle? So you'd have to flip it over.
That's right.
That's right. There you go. Over and over and over and over. And now we're going to switch sides. Switching hands. And over. We're still sitting nice and tall. Our shoulders are back and down. We feel like $1,000,000. Good, good, good. There you go. Shoulders back and down. That's nice.
With my left hand, since I'm a righty, it feels a little harder to do, like a little more awkward.
It always is because
I'm such a righty.
There you go. Okay, now we're going to flip it over and just hold the sides of the racket. We're going to bring your fingers under and flip it and down and flip it and down. So now this is for wrist strength. There you go. You just want to make sure the handle doesn't poke your eye out. So our arms are extended, our shoulders are relaxed and down. It's a little flipper doodle. There you go. And down, and up, and down. Good job. Up and down. And now we're going to hold it up. Hold the sides, and we're not going to use the fingers at all.
No fingers.
We're going to push side. So we're not using our fingers. We're simply sweeping the racket from one side to the other. Our shoulders are back and down, and our elbows are bent. So we're holding the racket down, which is less stressful for our shoulders. Now we're going to flip the handle to one side and the other. There you go. Looks like my speedometer. I mean, I'm not saying I speed, but what I am saying is this is my speedometer, and if I see a policeman, it goes, whoa. But of course I don't speed, but if I did speed, that's what I do. There you go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you could feel that a lot still in your shoulders. It's been all a forward move. So we're going to put our rackets down now. We're going to sweep our hands behind us and hold the lower portion of the chair back seat. So if you're sitting in a big stuffed chair, your hands are going to be open palms and you're just going to be pushing against it. So we extend our arms straight so our chests are up. And then we pull our shoulders back and really lift the chest up, and we look at where the wall meets the ceiling. It is beautiful, by the way, where the wall meets the ceiling. There you go. Now we're going to release one hand and reach forward. So what's happening here is we're getting a good stretch here while we're reaching. So So this shoulder is really drawing away from the torso, and the back shoulder is drawing back. There you go. Come back to center, please, and switch. Holding on, getting a good support, and then sweeping the arm out. So this shoulder is pulling away from the body, and the other shoulder is drawing away but back. Tug of war. I was never very good at tug of war, I just want you to know. I was good at hopscotch. And then slowly come back to center. So here we go. Let's roll those thumbs back and open the chest. Try to roll your shoulder blades together and have them touch. And you say to yourself, this is really hard. Is there an easier way to do it? Sure there is. Let's bring your hands forward, pull the elbows back, and then bring the thumbs back. And then try to touch your elbows behind you. That is a chest opener if there ever was one. And we want to do that because we were forward, forward, forward with a racket. So we always want to get our back strong, strong, strong. And by strengthening the back, by pulling our shoulder blades together, we're opening up the chest. And then relax down. Wow, that was pretty doggone good. So Carol was mentioning that sometimes when you work your arms and your shoulders, your neck tends to tighten up. So I'll show you another really good neck stretch. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, stretch up, stretch down. This hand just rests on the top of the head. And as we pull this elbow down gently, the other arm comes straight up. And then we hold our head like that and slowly lower the straight arm. And then when we get down as far as we can, roll the straight arm thumb back and bring the chin to the collarbone a little bit. Slowly come back to center. Reach up, reach down. Top hand floats to the crown of the head, and then drop the elbow a little bit. And as you do, the straight arm comes up. And then we float the straight arm down, and we feel the gentle stretch on the neck, and then we roll the thumb back and open up the chest. This is a heck of a stretch. And then we drop the chin to the collarbone, just exacerbating that stretch. And then slowly we come back to center and roll those shoulders. Yay! Now we want to stretch out our hands. We interlace the fingers and press the palms down. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can simply place one hand on top of the other. Push down, look over one shoulder, back to center please, and over the other shoulder, and back to center. We push away, our shoulders are relaxed. We bring the hands to one side, but we look away from our hands. Come back to center please. Shoulders are relaxed and down, hands go to the other side, and we look over the other shoulder. Great job. Slowly come back to center, relax the hands. Bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Bring the elbows up, stretch up, and all the way down. Good job. You did a great job. Let's take a great big breath in, breathing in good and happy thoughts. As you exhale, shake out your cares and worries. Great big breath in, bring goodness, blessings, and miracles to your heart. And as you exhale, know that all will be well. Yippee! Let's have some water.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.